Welcome everyone! In this video, we are in the Element Cup, showcasing another very powerful team featuring Slugma. Slugma, a very interesting Pokemon. It's a mono fire type that has rock type coverage, and you all know what that means. That means that there is one more check to the very overpowered duck in this meta, and Slugma will be in the back on this ABB style team as the closer, along with Vulpix on the safe swap. One of probably the best safe swap. I think Execute is a really good safe swap, and Vulpix is right up there with it, as it is quite bulky, quite powerful. Of course, we are running Quick Attack, and Vulpix is here to draw out any potential ducks that may be lurking in the back so that Chinchou can come in and absolutely dominate that overpowered duck that a lot of people are now tucking in the back. There are some people still leading with it, but some tuck it in the back as well, and Chinchou will handle the ducks, no problem. I'm a massive fan of the double fires in these little cup formats. They always prove to be quite effective, and here we go. What's also quite effective is a Chinchou on a ducklet lead. You love to see it. They safe swap a Chinchou of their own, and we do have the energy lead. So I'm going to fire off this Thunderbolt and likely grab a shield. Was not holding my breath that they would let that go, as they absolutely need to take out this Chinchou at all costs. And we know that, so we're going to shield their potential Thunderbolt right back and make a play into our Vulpix here. Now, they were very wise in over-farming. They maintained an energy lead. Good on them for that, but this is why I prefer the non-shadow Vulpix in these little 500 CP formats, because you can actually tank some damage, some super effective damage. As you can see, we tanked 2 Bubble Beams with Stab, I might add. No problem from this Chinchou, and we're going to fire back with a Body Slam, grabbing the final shield. Wow, very awesome. That is beautiful for us, and we are going to fire off Body Slam number 2, saying bye-bye to the Chinchou. That is why you run the non-shadow in this meta. And they've got a Bulbasaur in the back, so I'm going to get ahead on energy with our Slugma. Switch timer's not quite up. Going to throw our Chinchou in to force them to debuff themselves. They absolutely have to throw a Brave Bird, and they do. The plan working to perfection. Now we can farm down, and we are just a couple of rock throws off, or one rock throw off from our Flame Charge. This Bulbasaur has no shields, and we are saying bye-bye to the Bulbasaur, courtesy of our closer, known as Slugma. You love to see it. Good game, well played. Had a lot of fun with Slugma in the back on this team. It is the fire type that beats all the other fire types. It's amazing. And here we go. Mirror lead here, an opposing Chinchou. So the way I play these is I just play the zeros. But if I win CMP like we do here, I will actually throw up a shield just in case there's a duck lurking in the back. Chinchou, that's the value in Chinchou. Being able to lock down those ducks, it's amazing. So, yeah, if we win CMP, we will shield, and they make an aggressive play into an Execute. So we're going to throw our Fire-type Vulpix in here. You don't want to be bringing Slugma in on the bulky grass types. You will still lose that, which is kind of crazy. But I learned that the hard way today in a few of the battles. And we grab a shield, so we're going to let this go and fully sack our Vulpix. Because I'm making a hard team read, my friends. If they lead Chinchou, they have to have some very, very good grass coverage. So we're reading that there's either a duck or an opposing fire type in the back. Either way, if we maintain this shield, we'll do just fine. So we do get off that Thunderbolt and take out the Execute with our Slugma. And there it is. The team read was right on point, my friends. Leading Chinchou, you have to have some rock solid grass coverage, and it's coming in the form of a shadow Vulpix, and this thing can do nothing. They tried a desperate attempt to throw that Chinchou in, but yeah. Slugma handles the fire in the back. This team was so strong. Good game, well played to the opponent. All of the moving parts to this classic ABB style team complement each other beautifully. And here we go. Awful lead. They had an Execute lead. We make a play into our Vulpix, and they meet us with a Chinchou. We do have the energy lead here. And again, we do tank a couple of bubble beams, no problem. But that's only from full health, guys. We did tank some confusion damage. So we are playing with that in mind. Gonna fire off the body slam. It is debuffed because they did win CMP tie, which was very interesting. Gonna fire off body slam number 2, and I would imagine likely begin grabbing shields from the opponent here. So this is very tricky. We kind of have to maintain switch here, but they played this very wisely. They got that confusion damage in, knowing that we would comfortably tank a couple of bubble beams. And they are debuffing us into oblivion. And we grab the final shield, so gonna aggro swap back into our own Chinchou. We're not flipping switch. Might as well get ahead on energy to get off this resisted Thunderbolt here. This is not a shadow, so it's gonna be doing significantly less damage. Does about 40%, and just gonna cut our losses here and let go of the Chinchou. Now, that Chinchou on their side put a number on our, or did quite a number on our Vulpix, so we've got to put the hope and faith in our Slugma up a shield to perhaps make something happen here. Even a resisted Seed Bomb would be quite bad for us, so we are forced to shield this. It's such a tough spot because that Chinchou has, or is close to a move, and yeah, it's just not going to happen. Execute on the lead did us in, guys. That's the power of execute in this meta. If you saw yesterday's video, you would know exactly what I mean, but good game, well played to the opponent. And that must have been a very attack-weighted Chinchou on that last team. It put in the work, but good game to them. Here we go. Speaking of Chinchou, we've got another one in the mirror here. Going to play to the CMP, but they catch. So they may have been anticipating losing CMP. They might have a good Chinchou. So they catch that onto a Cottony. Good play. We're just going to rebank some energy and align our Vulpix here onto the Cottony. Like I said, guys, if it's any grass type that has quite a bit of bulk to it, you're not bringing in Slugma onto it. It will not go your way. They do fully sack the Cottony, and we are going to look to play out this matchup here as they do bring back in their own Chinchou. We do tank that Bubble Beam, no problem, and going to fire right back with a Body Slam here. And they do let that go, knowing that they have debuffed us. And we will outpace to this Body Slam here. It looks like they're going for an aggressive farm down. And whenever they do that, that means they're going to shield. So we do get a shield out of the deal. That is beautiful, and we're not quite going to make it to another Body Slam. But that is fine. Not sure what else they could have in the bag, but gonna play it safe. It's generally a safe bet to assume that there's got to be a duck on 4 out of 5 teams, I would say, and there it is, right on cue. Holy smokes. Their win con is to call a Thunderbolt, but we're not baiting, and we're saying bye-bye to the duck, and we're farming down the Chinchou. Man, Slugma didn't even see the field. That's the power of this team right here. Good game well played to our opponent. And Chinchou and Vulpix going 2v3 in that last one. That's the power of this ABB team and the Element Cup. And here we go. Another Chinchou mirror match on the lead here. The Chinchous were out in full force in full anticipation of all of the Ducklet leads. And we do win CMP tie here to the Thunderbolt, and they let that go. So again, guys, if you win CMP tie, you can safely shield to preserve your own Chinchou just in case there's a duck lurking in the back. And that is exactly what we do. And this is ABB, so even if you do win lead, you still swap out. They had a Bulbasaur, and we draw out the duck, guys. So the strategy working to perfection. We draw the duck out from the back. And Vulpix is actually going to put in work here. They have to throw a Brave Bird to get rid of this. They can throw a Bubble Beam, but no, yeah, they do go straight for the Brave Bird. And now we bring in Slugma to farm down, as they will not make it to a Bubble Beam. It makes 0 sense to bring the Chinchou back in, knowing the full team now. And getting ahead on energy will be quite beneficial for us because we have a Flame Charge locked and loaded here. Now, I'm not expecting them to let this go. They're obviously going to shield this and put up a fight. But the key is to buff our fast move pressure, taking out the Bulbasaur in the process. The team working to perfection. Good game, well played to our opponent. So if you guys are still looking to make a late season push to achieve whatever your goals may be, you might want to give this team a try. And here we go. Vulpix on the lead. So generally I will stay in and play it out, but I was experimenting. I read that they always like to play to the CMP tie because they generally do win CMP tie. So we catch that onto our own Vulpix, hoping to draw out a duck that's hiding in the back. And that is exactly what we do. The plan working to perfection. So going to fire off this body slam here, and I don't anticipate they will actually Brave Bird here. I'm expecting a bubble beam so that they can farm down and get ahead on energy. That's exactly what they do, and we will not quite make it to another body slam. That is absolutely fine. So just going to wait switch timer because we were the ones to swap out. So we want to somewhat align the switch clocks. And I'm just going to throw before they get to the Brave Bird. Yes, we can tank it, but no need to tank unnecessary damage if you don't have to. They do let the duck go. And they've got a Bulbasaur in the back. Makes perfect sense. And we've got a fire type for this Bulbasaur in its shadow form. So this is one of the few grass types that you can actually dominate in the twos here. And that's a Shadow Bulbasaur. It's just too squishy. And they aggressive swap back into their Vulpix. And we're going to fire off this Flame Charge, grabbing a shield. And we're fine with grabbing the shield. Not a problem. All we really want to do is buff this super effective fast move pressure. They're not making it to another move. And neither is that squishy Bulbasaur. It goes down to a few rock throws, and they go down with a shield. That's going to be yet another good game. Well played to our opponent. Had a lot of fun and a lot of success with this team today in the Element Cup. For reasons like this, people love leading with the duck, and they safe swap a Chikorita. So, team reading, this is looking like a team that fellow content creator Human Catcher Bug recently featured. It runs Ducklet on the lead, a Chikorita safe swap, generally a Shadow Chikorita, with a Bulbasaur in the back. So that's what we're playing with in mind. And they are putting up a fight here. They generally do. If they run that Human Catcher Bug team, they will fight you tooth and nail, even though this is not a winnable matchup for them. But generally what they're hoping to do is stall the clock long enough to where they can get out of this matchup. So that's what we're reading here. They're shielding, and we're matching shields. We do win CMP tie, but the pacing is just about the same.